Good morning, student. Today we teach about history of Linux. Lesson number 6. History of Linux. Unix. The Unix operating system developed at the AT&T Bell Laboratories in 1969 has become a turning point in the operating system development scenario. The key person involved in this development were Ken Thomson, Denis Ritchie, Dulglas, mcllroy, and Joe Osman. John Ossanna. In the past three de- decades, the operating system has had tremendous influence on the way we think about and develop operating system and computer programs in general. Unix as well as various Unix like and Unix derived operating system continue to dominate the computer world even today. The people who developed Unix were originally working on a joint project with General Electric and Massachusetts Institute of Technology to develop a large ambitious multi-user operating system called Multics. Key source factors. The Unix developers gave out copies of the Unix operating system with source code and online manuals to others for free. Soon, many universities, government agencies, and private companies started using Unix. Because the source code was available, it was easy to make small amount of changes needed to run Unix on a new platform. It was the first successful operating system to have been developed in a high level language. It also allowed the universities and organizations to study the source code and enhance it with new features. Unix became successful in the subsequent years. Denis Ritchie and Ken Thomson were awarded the Turing Award, considered to be the Nobel Prize of Computing in 1983. Unix stored all configuration information in plain text files, making them easily accessible and modifiable. Unix also provided a very powerful command line environment that supported combining the power of exiting commands in flexible way to get a new job done. This major and innovation, innovation dramatically changed the way people work, improved their efficiency, and continue to be a major strength of the platform. Unix started a new trend by providing an online manual with the system itself. So there was no need to walk to the library to feed printed manual in one forgot some command or option. Next, free software movement. Around early 1980s, Richard Stallman, working at MIT, got increasingly fru- frustrated by the various restrictions placed by commercial software on use and sharing of computer software. His vision for software was to provide all kind of freedoms for to the users. To this end, he started the GNU project in 1983. He wanted GNU to be a Unix link but completely free open operating system. To emphasize that GNU was not commercial system like Unix, he chose the name GNU that stood for GNU is not Unix. By free he meant all the freedoms maintained above. He started a free software fundamental fund, foundation for developing GNU and other entirely free software projects. Next, birth of Linux. In 1990, Linus Torvalds, a student from Finland, developed an experimental operating system kernel for the PC called Linux kernel. After he opened communication with other programmers on the internet, the project grew rapidly. Freedom and choice. Linux is a mass movement today. A large community spreaded by Linux Torvald himself looks after the development of the Linux kernel. Several other individuals and communities continually work towards providing better software solutions for all common requirements of users with liberal freedoms. In most cases, the freedom includes the rights to obtain the source code of the software, modifying it and contributing the changes back to the community or redistributing the modified software under a name. As a result, there is a bu- choice of software available for all common requirements of computer users. Different people and organizations select bundles of software from this vast pool of the software as per their own criteria and preferences and create a distribution of the Linux operating system. Some of the more popular ones included Ubuntu Linux, Linux Mint, Fedora Linux, Debian GNU Linux, Red Hat, and Enterprise Linux, etc. Next, some popular operating system for personal computers. Microsoft Windows. Microsoft where Windows is a proprietary OS and must be purchased for using it. When a new version comes out, one must again purchase an upgrade version to use it. It is easy to use OS. It also boots and of an excellent device's driver support. It also, sorry, as people run a mix of software from so many different sources on Microsoft Windows system. The overall experience is somewhat varied, and when there is a problem, it becomes difficult to pinpoint the exact source of the trouble. Apple OS X. Apple OS X is also proprietary system. It comes bundled with the machine manufactured by Apple and neither work without the other. The system is known for its high quality hardware and visual appeal, and what ardent Apple fans believe to be the best user experience. The system is known for through the system were considered quite secure earlier. A recent outbreak of malware has shown that it too is not immune from attack. The major advantages of the system is its consistent high quality user experience. Against that, the user is confined to a narrow world controlled by Apple, and third party application support is limited. Also, the product comes at a high premium. Linux. Linux, just like is its predecessors, Unix is known for its high performance, security, reliability, and portability. No matter how old or low end the hardware is, one can find Linux distribution that will run on it. It is quite stable on most PC configurations. A major advantage of Linux is that not only is it free, it also provides us complete freedom in running the operating system. It is quite stable on most Linux distribution that would run on it. It is quite stable on most PC configuration. It combines the high power CLI that has traditionally been Unix strength with an impressive GNU that makes it almost as user friendly as the other two OSS. Linux has a particularly strong presence. Linux provides a number of choices for the CLI as well as GUI. The most common GUIs are KDE, GNOME, and Unity. Linux provides excellent entire opera, operability with Microsoft Windows, and you can access the Windows on your computer and the organization Microsoft Windows servers as easily as from Windows. Introduction to Ubuntu Linux. Ubuntu Linux is a Linux distribution created by the UK-based company Canonical Ltd, established by the South Africa and entrepreneur Mark Shuttleworth. It is in turn based on the Debian GNU Linux distribution. Ubuntu is an ancient African word meaning humanity to other, while Canonical is the main sponsor. Ubuntu is also supported by the Ubuntu Foundation and large developer and user communities. Ubuntu focus on usability, security, and stability. Its focus on usability and good device support has allowed it to gain and return a place among the top Linux distribution. Next, Ubuntu version. Ubuntu has fixed release cycle with a new version being released in the April and October month of each year. The request number are donated by two-digit year followed by a dot followed by two-digit month. The Ubuntu 10.4 LYSE was released in April 2010. The release also had two world name with the first word being an adjective and the second the name of animal. Ub- the key strength of Ubuntu are usability, good device support of large user and developer communities. It has been adopted by many manufacturers as well as some large organizations.